there are a lot of different food vendors, so or food like options as far as like variety goes, but I don't think that those options are really offering the best food for our students, and I think we should be concerned about that.
I mean, for me personally, I just became a pescatarian, which is just seafood and like vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. And it's just been really tough for me to really adjust to to this diet, just because, you know, I live in Lucky Day Residential College and there's just not really much of an option. And so I pretty much survive off of sandwiches and salads and I guess pasta.
If you have a food plan, then you feel like, okay, well, this is paid for and I'm obligated to eat this, so I should go spend this food plan or this meal that you buy at Chick-fil-A or at Subway, or, you know, these highly processed food vendors, and so that, I think there's a drawback to that.
You know, I really don't think the options are very good. I mean, because if you think about it, we have Chick-fil-A and Burger Studio, which are fast food, and then we have Topio's, which is just greasy pizza. And there is Toss It Up and Subway, which allow you to have healthier options, but most of the time people go overboard with their toppings, which completely cancels out any healthy effects of the food. And then we have Zoka, which is a nightmare on its own. So I really think that the university should focus on more healthier options and not these complicated quick meals. Like maybe some fresher sandwiches on whole wheat bread or fresh fruit. I mean, how many times have you eaten in the Union and are hungry an hour later because it's just quick fast food? There's nothing filling and nothing good, and I think that if they had better food that was locally grown or maybe not smothered in pesticides, students wouldn't be feeling so tired and sluggish because they're pumping themselves with sugar and just chemicals.
I'm not happy with it. I think we can do better. I don't think that we're actually considering like pescatarians and vegetarians and just people who want to eat healthy. I think we just have like the burger joint and we have the Chick-fil-A and stuff like that, but there's really not a focus on like healthy eating and I guess natural foods.
I mean, going to the fraternity house, you're not going to have the selection that you have going to the Union. You're not going to have, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 different places to choose from. So that, and I mean, the quality isn't like any different at the fraternity house. It's just included in your dues. So it really depends on fraternity to fraternity.
I think, I mean, we all pay a good amount of money for our meal plan, so I mean, we should have that option to eat something that's not gonna kill us. Well, I think, you know, just consuming, you know, really bad food for 4 years consistently, I mean, that could definitely impact your body, which, you know, we're young now, but we're gonna pay for it later when we're, you know, 20 years down the road.
I mean, I've eaten at some of the sorority houses, and like some sororities have really good food, and that's a lot to do with their, you know, like a bigger sorority is gonna have more money to spend on higher quality food or on food made from scratch rather than, you know, being delivered, and is going to have more cooks and that kind of thing. So I mean, it's all going to be, you know, based on how much money a fraternity or sorority is able to spend. I would like to see one more restaurant option, one more with fresh food, freshly made food, and not something that was frozen and like prepared right there. So I mean that, but other than that, I mean, I think we've got a pretty good situation. I mean, we've got such a great selection, and we have Subway upstairs. There's plenty of options. I'd personally like to see the one extra, but I mean, I think we're fine now.